It's not every day that we get a new announcement for a new open world anime gacha game, but it certainly does feel like it's happening a lot more often than it used to. For me, I've always been an enjoyer of open world games. I will say that, you know, once you've played a whole bunch of them, it does get a little bit tougher to keep up with everything that's going on, especially if it's a live service game. But I'm always open to seeing what sort of new things game studios can cook up. So when I was reached out to about a sponsored video for Neverness to Everness, I was super excited because this is a game that literally no one had heard of at all, and they've apparently cooked here. I've talked to a few friends about it and they're all really excited. So today I wanted to watch the trailer and kind of see what they're cooking, give my honest opinion on what I think about this game coming up. And if you guys like it and you guys want to pre-register, there'll be a link down below. So from what I've heard, this game is more like an urban focused open world RPG, and it's more focused on sort of like what you would see in like modern day settings. And you know, there's probably some sci-fi mixed in there too, but it's less fantasy focused. So when you think Genshin Impact, when you think Tower of Fantasy, these are definitely like fantasy games where you have like the highlands and you like run around, everything's green and there's like bright blue water and like tons of like really bright colors. This is going to be more focused on like, you know, what you'd see happening in the city and stuff. And they really want to focus on sort of the characters that develop in this game. It's developed in Unreal Engine 5, which is pretty cool. From the little bit I've already seen, it kind of looks like the overall city exploration is pretty seamless and free. So I'm hoping there's lots of cool ways to traverse the world. For those of you who've played their other games, this is also developed by Hotta Studio, but the game company that is publishing it is Perfect World Games, which is going to be releasing the game globally. But we'll see in a second. I want to just kind of watch the gameplay and see what's going on. Let's see what they're cooking. Right off the bat, you can already see like the cityscape behind, and this is like brick buildings and stuff. So yeah, we're already away from the fantasy setting. But she's cute though. Oh, guys, am I cooked? Am I cooked? Did they actually just put like animal characters in the game like right off the bat? I think it's actually cooked. Don't feel like we need to have playable children in the game. Oh, that's what the I don't know what to think about that, to be honest. Oh, yo, dude, it's actually okay, guys. We're playing this. It's on the channel. It's confirmed. It's already got a spot, dude. They've done what every game is so fucking afraid to do. I don't understand this, man. Like, obviously, like Arknight's just animal characters. There's a lot of games that do animal characters, but none of the open world games have done animal characters like super well. Like Star Wars is the closest one. Like even in Tower of Fantasy, the cat girl in that game is fake, right? In Genshin Impact, all the cat girls are fake except for Lynette. In Lynette's just like I'm glad we have a cat girl in Lynette, but it took them how many years to? Sorry. Anyways, I'm tilted that this is, we're finally getting it. It took them this long. They're cooking, chat. They're already cooking. Yeah, I like her design. I think she's adorable. There's a little spin when she started running. It looks like when you move side to side, there's a little bit of tilting that goes along, or that goes on. Okay, this is cool. Forgotten Hall? I don't know what the deal is with this place because they're kind of just showing it off. Maybe this is some sort of hub, but this could just be a random building because for urban exploration RPGs, they tend to make it so you can go into like multiple buildings and there's just like things to do in all of them. So I don't know if that was like meant to be a shop or like maybe like the player hub or what. This is cool. I like the vibe. So right off the bat, this already looks to me, and like I don't want to just put down fire like Tower of Fantasy this entire video, but to me this already looks a little bit better polished than Tower of Fantasy just from like looking at the environment. We'll have to see kind of how it plays, but you can tell that Hotta Studio probably looked at Tower of Fantasy's issues that they had, and they probably improved on them a fair bit because it already looks a lot better. All right, so you can buy food. I'm assuming it's just buffs, right? Like most games do this. They do food buffs. Like Monster Hunter does this. It's not even gacha game exclusive. MMOs do this. I don't think about it. Like gacha games are literally just MMOs, but like you are forced to log off, and instead of changing classes for free, you have to buy them, and then they're not online. Okay, so maybe they're not that similar. I guess I just mean the grind. Okay, so this is cute. There's a little supermarket. I'm wondering what you get. Okay, I guess maybe you don't get anything there. What the? Okay. So this, I'm assuming, is not a random occurrence. Maybe it is. This is kind of eerie, though. This reminds me of Scarlet Nexus a little bit, actually. That definitely reminds me of Scarlet Nexus. Oh, it's like the door from Monsters, Inc. You go in and it's just like a different world. What in the Jujutsu Kaisen? Okay, so you fight trash cans in this game too. I wonder if that's just like a thing for games developed in China. You just fight trash cans everywhere. That's crazy. The combat looks pretty interesting. So, oh, okay, we get the ultimate animation. That was pretty sick. I like her ultimate animation a lot. That reminds me of what is it? What is that game? Or not that game? That movie called The Chair. It's the chair one where you walk through the door, like a different world. Suzume. That's what I'm thinking of. This is super interesting. Okay, all right, dude. That like gives me that gives my brain problems. Like when I look at that, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I no longer have depth perception. Thank you. Dude, is this a horror game? No, this really reminds me of, it's a combination. The enemies remind me of Scarlet Nexus and like some of the enemies from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, we got another ult. I really like the ult animations. They're super sick. Oh, okay. So the combat. I love her so much. I love her so much. She's so cute. Yeah, no, the combat reminds me closer to what we've seen in the trailer of Azure Familia and like maybe like Honkai or Zenless. I don't know if there's parries though. Because the thing is, Genshin's combat is very simple. What the okay, wait, so hold on, we're in a car. So this is like Genshin GTA. Now that's really cool. So you can just drive around. That makes traversal easier, which is gonna be really nice for a game like this that has kind of like an open world city vibe. Having some sort of like mount system is really important. I think for open world games, you always need to have a way to traverse faster. And even if it's only a little bit faster, games like The Witcher, for example, you know, you have Roach, which is super nice. GTA, obviously you have cars. I think this is a really good way to do it. And you know what they need to have if they have this kind of system? They absolutely need to have racing. Okay, all right. You can flip your car, cool. Showcase person, maybe not the best driver, that's okay. Maybe they meant to show that. But yeah, no, I think that's a really important thing. I'm glad they have that. That's super good to see. All right, bro's hair looks like cauliflower. Car customization? Okay, dude, wait, this is sick. I'm wondering, do you have, yeah, you have stats. It's like EV trading in Pokemon. You can kind of see some stats and I guess they'll change with different stuff. This looks like paint and just like decals and stuff, which is cool. But dude, I really hope they have racing in this game. That would be so sick. I feel like racing games are not as, obviously I think like F1's taken off a pretty big amount like the real world, but like, I don't see a lot of racing games taken off in the same way as they used to. Like Need for Speed used to be like the thing. GTA racing's pretty good too. GTA is kind of like the jack of all trades. If this could pull off some of the things that GTA has, that'd be dope. I don't think they're going for the same themes as GTA though. Maybe less theft and more auto. All right, what are we up to? All right, you can browse the internet. Can I download Minecraft in this game? Okay, it appears not. You cannot download Minecraft. Okay, running well, that wasn't a red light. Yeah, you didn't run it yet. You're still within your legal okay, that is less. Maybe this is more like GTA than I thought. I wonder if you'll start getting stars if you break the law or hit people. Wait, are they gonna show us hitting someone with a car? I will say, I don't know a lot of people that don't like GTA, but I have heard people that don't like GTA or the premise of GTA. But like, you really have to hand it to the developers for how they've made like one of the greatest games of all time by putting so many things in the game. All right, so if this game takes inspiration from that could be really big for the anime game genre because this is really unique. There's not a lot of games that do this. And it looks like you have, I don't know if this is like your apartment, Butler from Eden Apartments, certified by the Houseworks Association. Okay. So I'm assuming, do you get to decorate your own apartment or do you just kind of like have an apartment? Wait, that's so cute. Imagine you could just find those in the overworld, those little bear things, and collect them. You have a nice view of the world. That rendering's pretty good. I mean, obviously this is done on a PC, so we don't know how it'll look on mobile. I'm assuming it's a mobile game. Most gacha games are. Yeah, that's really pretty. That is super pretty. Okay, so you can pass the time of day. And what are there multiple apartments in this? I think that would be a really cool thing. Oh, that looks way different. Weather effects, that's really nice. I love when games put weather in. I think that's super awesome. Good to know you're not walking in water inside. Some games don't make it that far. What was that? Oh, whoa, oh my god, my brain is not working in the way that it should be. What? I think gliding's become a staple of most open world anime games at this point, so I'm not too surprised. I think that's pretty normal. That also reminds me, I made a comment about how this game bears some similarities to Genshin Impact. I think it makes sense that like anime games that want to be successful would do similar things to the game that was like sort of the most successful in its genre. So I'm not too bothered by it. I think a lot of people are going to make jokes about it, but I feel like, you know, if you have good UI, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? And I feel like the gliding system is similar. I do like when games innovate on that. I think that one example was, I think, Wuthering Waves did a really good job with their like gliding system, because you also have like the double jump and you have the grapple hook. So I'd like to see like some extra movement stuff. Although we do have the car already, which is good. I can hit the people. Okay, this changes everything. First person in my anime gacha game? No way. Yeah, I really want to see if you can get in trouble with like the police, or if it just like doesn't matter what you do, if there's no consequences. Depending on who oh, okay. What is this? So it's like a chase? They got Ghost Rider up there? Yo, wait, that's sick. Oh, that's less good for you. So is this a random event or a quest event or what? That's gonna be, I think, what determines like how cool this sort of thing is. Oh, hell yeah. Do they have a scythe on a motorcycle? Dude, they just... Is that it? Bro, they ended it like that? Okay, all right. 2024, be ready for more. Wait, okay, so this might be a beta date then. That would be so dope. All right, okay. So we have a lot to talk about, a lot to digest here. So I'm thinking this is a quest sequence, because I feel like if this sort of thing just happened in the open world, that would be too cool, guys. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high, because I think that a lot of new games, they overpromise and underdeliver in comparison to the promises that they make. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen here. I just try to keep my expectations sort of leveled, because delivering on all the things that people expect on like a mobile game is still very difficult to do. The fact that we've got open world games coming to mobile and PC is like super great though, right? Especially because it makes gaming so much more accessible all over the place. Now hold on, let me go check out the pre-registration site. Oh, it actually looks like either this means controller support or console. I think this means console though. Yeah, you can register on console. So from what I can see of this game, it's basically gonna be like another alternative to the other like anime gacha game, open world gacha games that you have access to right now. Let's think, like, what do we have on the market right now? We have Genshin, we have Star Rail, I guess, but it's like not really the same thing. It's kind of like pseudo open world, guided open world. It's not like a full open world. You have Wuthering Waves, and then you have like the other Hoyoverse games that are coming out that are kind of like major releases, but not necessarily, again, super open world. We have Project Mugen, we have Azure Promelia. There's a lot of new gacha games that are open world that are coming out. So what's gonna be really important for Neverness to Everness is for them to make the game stand out in a way that makes the game both fun to play, easy to repeat, accessible for people that don't have a lot of free time because they're playing 50 other gacha games, and they also need to make it free to play friendly, of course. And I think those four things are like very important. The most important one definitely just being a fun to play game. Now, I think that it's pretty, like, genuinely, it just looks really fun. Like, it looks like it's going to be a really solid game. And I think that this will probably be one that I'll give a try myself, just because having a game be in a different setting from what we're used to in the open world genre is going to be pretty cool. We don't usually get a lot of open world games that are in the city because it just takes a lot of development time. And I think that if this game delivers, which honestly, it looks pretty good just from the gameplay trailer, because remember, guys, this is probably like on, well, it's probably not on the actual newest build. It's probably on like the second to latest build. And so it already looks like pretty good. As long as the game is fun, people will play it, especially if it's going to be free to play. I really hope that what they can do is, like, with these sort of like anomaly things that they've got going on, I hope that they take these and they just kind of make them like random world events that give you stuff. And like, you know, if they do the gacha thing where they have to limit the amount of random world events you get a day, that's totally fine, because that's just like the nature of the game. But I do think that's going to be one of the cool things that sets this thing apart, is that, like, if you have to, like, quote unquote save the city and there's like an actual goal behind it and some kind of progression you can see with the city, that would be sick. I would love to see a game actually where you can actually improve the city over time just based on like progressing the story and like seeing it grow. I think that would be super sick. The character designs and the combat look really good though. So we didn't actually dive into this too much because we were just kind of watching, but there's different elements. So let's break this down. So physical damage, it looks like, or whatever they name it. There was like kind of a red damage here. And she does like what I'm assuming is like a wind damage is green. So it looks like some kind of wind damage. And then so she is doing, when she takes damage, it's the red hits. So I don't know if that just means like damage taken or if it's an element. But yeah, she does a bunch of wind damage, and it looks like that time she didn't take damage and she just dished out 202 of the red damage marker, right? Yeah, so she dished out a different element of damage there. So there's gonna be an elemental combat system that's not necessarily the same as what we're used to seeing in other games. And I really hope they make this one like super unique. And these environments and the way they move are super sick too. These character designs, I really like them a lot. I mean, I'm biased because I feel like I've just been waiting for a game to put like a really cute cat girl in it and then just have them be playable. What I'm saying is character designs, I don't like when games make all their characters like white and black hair. That's one of my problems with Wuthering Waves. Not all the characters in Wuthering Waves have that, but like one thing I would like to see from Wuthering Waves is just like different colored hair. I know that like that fits the world as well. So like, you know, it's their game. They can do whatever they want with it. Obviously it's a me problem if I don't like the product. But what I'm saying is like, I really like that they already have some different colors going on than just the white and black color palette. Because for me, that's like something that keeps my attention. As someone that has a ton of other things that could distract them on a daily basis, it's really nice to see games that are like super really bright and saturated because it gets my attention. I don't know if this is just a neurodivergent thing or what, but yeah, I'm someone who appreciates a really bright color palette with a lot of colors. So it's the Fortnite iPad kid brain rot. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this game looks pretty good just from the gameplay trailer of it. If you guys want to pre-register, there is a link down below. It'll be in the pinned comment and the description if you guys want to check it out. I personally am gonna be playing this on launch. If you guys want to see, it's gonna be over on my Twitch. And I'm hoping that if they do a beta, because they said more information soon, 2024 on the 9th month, which is September. If they end up doing like a beta there or something, I'm gonna try my best to get in and cover the game so that way I can show you guys more about what this is. But I actually think it's gonna be a super sick game. For those of you guys who don't vibe with the fantasy aspect, for those of you guys who do like the urban RPG, or if you guys liked GTA but like have just been wanting to play GTA with anime girls but not get banned from online play for modding, this is looking like it's gonna be pretty cool. Now I hope they have co-op. We don't know that there is co-op yet. I think that there would be, if there was co-op and it's got destructible world, that could be really fun. I'm also hoping that there's like more intense world traversal. We saw that the red cat girl could like walk on walls or something, and maybe that's just a thing you can do with any character, but I'm hoping that there's some other world traversal stuff as well. All I'm saying, Project Mugen's got some competition. People were hyped about Project Mugen, but this game just dropped a huge bombshell on us with a ton of new information. So one last thing I want to talk about is Tower of Fantasy, right? Hot Game made Tower of Fantasy, and we all know that Tower of Fantasy had some rough patches, right? You know, there's still a lot of players on Tower of Fantasy that really like it. They, you know, every patch I hear that it gets better. Me personally, that game wasn't for me, but I think that it's safe to assume that with this completely new game, it already looks much better, more polished, in my opinion, than Tower of Fantasy did at its launch. And that's not just to like shit on Tower of Fantasy. I just genuinely think that they have learned a lot from the development of their past game, and they probably have some new people working on it too. This seems like a really big project, so I'm willing to give it a try. It's free. Like, it costs you nothing but like a little bit of time to try out the game. I'm gonna try it out. And if you guys want me to cover it on the channel, let me know down in the comments below if you guys think you're gonna be playing it. Of the 4 characters we saw in the trailer, let me know who your favorite character was, or describe your favorite character, because I don't know if we actually got their names. Well, they're in Chinese, so you know, if you know the Chinese names, then you know. But yeah, thanks Everness for sponsoring this video, and I will catch you guys next time.